everybody. Welcome to the channel. Max is flying around out here. He's after, what are you after, bud? I think he's after the raindrops coming off of the barn. Anyways, welcome to the channel, everybody. We have Max for entertainment. Anyways, I gotta get the shop all cleaned up. I finally have some space in here. It looks pretty nice. Pretty happy with having an organization again. I can't stand stuff when it's all over the place. But it wasn't raining and now it's raining, so that's kind of a bummer. But I plan on getting this thing power washed today, along with the new oil pan I got, and getting it cleaned up so that I can get it painted, get it back in the frame. Frame's sitting out there still. It's getting a little washed off at the moment too, but I would need to get it back in here and get the rest of the brake lines stripped off of it so I can put all new brake lines on it, just so it's ready to go for some trips and some adventures. What's wrong? You all wet? The dude just got a bath today too. He went to the groomer and got all cleaned up, and now look at him. Hey, are you all wet again? He's a dog, whatever. Let him have fun. So that's what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna try to put some degreaser on this. Shout out to Jack's Wax for some super citrus. We'll get that stuff sprayed on here and get that grease getting eaten off of there. And then get the frame back in here and touch up a little bit of stuff on it that I seen, that a little bit of places underneath that got missed with painting, but it's not a big deal. Just touch up a few little places that I can see, put on the lift and do that. And then, probably won't put the engine in it today. We'll probably let it dry and stuff, but I'll probably get the diesel conversion harness out and start looking at how it's going to get ran on there and things of that nature. So what do you think, Max? You going to help today? I don't know if he's going to help or not. We'll find out. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of footage from Eldora Speedway. I know it was kind of fun to get out there and just watch some sprint car racing and stuff. I've never actually seen them, let alone sit in one and all that, so it was pretty cool. It's not real far from my house. I'll probably go back for sure. I mean, it was a good time. So hope you enjoyed just that little bit of a clip of something fun. So, well, let's get started and see what we can get done today. Got the frame back in here. I shoved it in here and realized that I had it in the wrong direction because of wanting to set the engine back in it. So did a little turntable in here and got it flipped around. So I'm gonna get this thing, try to blow a bunch of the water off it because it's pretty wet, and get it up in the air and just kind of see the little stuff I need to try to get painted underneath of it. And I'm hoping that the engine will dry out enough that I can get some paint on it. Probably going ahead and take the exhaust off it for now. I may go on ahead and pull the turbo and the manifold off just to get into paint stuff a little better. This one gets a one-wire alternator as well, so I may go on ahead and get that put on it. And it does get the billet valve cover. So I don't know, just going to try to do a few things to get this together and try to get this thing dried off so we can get a little bit of paint on it. I may go on and look at getting the brake line stuff off, because there's really no point in reusing that little piece of brake line and putting a splice there. I might as well just make it all new. So, and I already have new brake line stuff for the line for the rear. So I'm just going to put all new lines and stuff on it, and I'll look at the hoses. If the hoses are good, I'll leave the hoses, but you know, you're going to go this far, you might as well just put the new stuff on it and be done with it. So I'm going to check this front end out too, make sure all the ball joints and everything is good in the front end of it. Just make sure it's good to start hauling that trailer around. And then hopefully we can get the engine set back in it and just start work on getting this put together. I did hear that the cab might be done this coming weekend. They're going to try to get the cab to me so I can at least get the cab back on it while they work on the fenders and the hoods and the other pieces, the steps and all that. So at least I'd have the cab back to start doing some of that wiring into it. And we'll just start putting this guy together and see if we can get some fire lit in it and see if this thing will drive down the road again. So, well, let's get the little blower out and try to get some of the water off and see if how well the school bus likes being lifted with the 2-pose lift. So got a little sidetracked. I got the truck on the lift and started looking around at some of it, and I know I didn't have the time to do the finish I really wanted to around a lot of these brackets and stuff, but I really don't like it. And so I decided I was going to get a flap wheel out and go and buy Bondo, and this is where we are. I know I'm making more work for myself, but at the end of the day, it's my name on it, and I want it to, I always want to keep trying to up my game and not, just kind of leave stuff half done. And I mean, this stuff doesn't look terrible, but I just don't like that it's not real smooth, and there's some holes around stuff, and it just didn't really look bad when I welded it on there, but to me, I just don't like it. So my plan is I'm going to scuff everything from here back because the tank will cover up most of this and you probably won't really see it or notice it. But I'm going to scuff from there back, and I'm going to actually reshoot all of this once I clean these up and do some Bondo fill on some of those spots just to make them look cleaner. Like I said, I know I probably don't have to, but I don't know. I'm always trying to make my work the best I can, and I just couldn't do it. So I've never done Bondo before, so here we are. I mean, it's kind of like arts and crafts, right? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I got the color changing stuff, so I know when it's better. This is still a little wet, but I'm gonna try to sand everything out real nice, and I've already scuffed some of this up, and I'm going to try to, just make everything look as nice as I can. I don't know how long it takes this stuff to set. I probably should read the can because I'm not real sure, but for sure I'm going to get everything one layered like this tonight before I quit. So that's kind of my plan, and I know what kind of paint I need to go get that Lyndon used on the rest of this. So it wasn't anything Lyndon did wrong. I'm just the one that didn't make stuff look as nice as it could have before it left. I mean, I just don't. It's just bubble gummy a little bit, and I just don't. It's not that bad, but I can't leave it. I don't know. It's in my head, and I just can't leave it because the rest of everything looks nice and smooth and professional. And, the welds on these look really nice because it was an easy weld to do, but when you're filling around stuff and trying to fill little gaps and, you got uneven stuff you're trying to go around, it just doesn't look as pretty as that does. So I'm going to leave those. I'm not going to touch them, but those 3 or 4 brackets I am going to fix and reshoot. And there's a few little places that I'm going to touch up underneath the truck, but it's not that bad. So I know I should be working on getting that ready to go in this, and it's clean. But I'll have the paint to paint this, so this will be painted with better quality stuff too, rather than just rattle can. So that's kind of another reason why I thought, you know, I'll just go get really good paint and repaint the side, at least that bit of it, and then I can use that on the motor. So that's my plan. I didn't really expect to be doing this tonight. I really thought I would be working on brake lines or putting the, you know, getting the engine painted ready to go back in it tomorrow, but here we are. So it's that's what I'm working on, and it has to look right. That's all there is to it. I just can't let it go without it looking better than it does. So, well, we're gonna skip ahead another day or half a day or something like that. This is still about the same as where it was. I have done a little more Bondo and patchwork with it. Learned a lot about doing that. It's not quite as easy as I thought, but I went and got, you know, a palm sander and some other types of stuff to help me to smooth stuff up and make it look really nice. So I still have more to do on the frame to get it done. And I had a friend of mine that came, and I worked on her truck yesterday. Supposed to be a little project, turned into a little longer than I expected, which that's just the way it happens sometimes. So got tools laying out from working on that. This side's got mud on it, so it's ready to be sanded down as well. Yeah, I'm a little behind on this, but I want it to look good and want it to look right. So I'll put the hours in, do what I got to do, all that stuff to make it happen. But you might hear the truck running in the background. I got to go to Columbus and get the project for the next couple days. So Mark from Vintage 10 is coming, and we're going to be putting air ride on Todd's Metro van, or route van. It's called a route van. It's a Dodge route van. So I'm gonna take you guys along today, and we're gonna go pick it up and get it back here to get you some more content for this week, and then I hope to maybe work on this a little bit as well. But I'm gonna cut the video before we start working on the van, because that'll be next week's video, and then I'll obviously be working on this. And yeah, so you'll be a week behind on what I'm doing as far as for video stuff, but you'll still get to see it all. So, but the van's gonna be thrown in here for next week's video. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to work with Mark. He's done a lot of stuff on air ride. I might throw some pictures in here of some of the stuff he's been doing. He's working on a Dilco milk truck right now that's on custom cut wheels, and it's got an LS motor in it stuff, and he did all the air on it. It's pretty sweet. So he's got a YouTube channel as well. I'll throw his channel up here so you guys can go check him out and follow him as well. But we should have a fun few days here working together doing this van. So yeah, so I gotta go get the gooseneck and go to Columbus and pick up that van and get it back here, so I can get the shop straightened up a little bit more again, because I trashed it again already, and be ready to get started on that truck, or the van, not the truck, the van. So, well, let's go on a road trip. trailer, it's going to get air ride on it.
I think I've never been more excited for a vehicle than this van for some reason.
It's coming time for that.
Yeah. Air ride's always a cool part of any kind of vehicle.
Yeah, that thing's going to look sweet all slammed down there a little lower.
I know. So can I pick it up this evening?
Yeah, like 10:30, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Cool, man.
well, we're going to get this thing home and get started on it. Well, we made it back from Columbus. Van didn't fall off the trailer, so that's a good sign. Max out here checking it out. But need to get this thing off the trailer here in a second and get it inside. But I still got a mess inside I gotta get cleaned up. So gonna start with that and get all this stuff organized and moved around and picked up and all the things and stuff. So need to do that. Mark's gonna be here in like an hour or so. So I got a little bit of time to get this stuff moved around and looking a little better and nicer and straightened up so we can get started on this van tonight. That's the plan at least. So yeah, I guess I better get busy. Well, got the shop cleaned up, got everything moved around, ready to unload that thing off the trailer. So Mark ought to be here anytime. So we're gonna get started on the van tonight and get a bunch of brackets figured out and maybe even end up at Taz tonight to cut some of those out. So the engine's still sitting here, the new oil pan's still sitting here. And yes, I still have a lot of work to do on the frame and stuff to get everything smoothed back out and repainted. Yes, I have a lot to do, I know. Probably shouldn't be doing this van right now, but I already set it all up, so we're gonna do it. But kind of had an off week, just didn't really get near as much done as I hoped to. Had some unforeseen stuff that popped up and had running around to do that I didn't expect to take as long as it did. Just a lot of things that kind of kept me out of the shop a little more this week than I wanted to, which it is only midday Wednesday, so that's part of the problem too, is that you're only getting a few days worth of content when I had a busy weekend that I didn't work out here. So yeah, you didn't get a whole lot this week. I'm sorry about that, but I have to start filming the van video for next week. So we're going to end this week off a little early and just look forward to this van build for the next video. And then I'll be right back on the Jack Swax truck because we're getting down to the wire on getting that thing done and together. So what do you think, Max? You gonna stay out here and help today too? Yeah, I guess. So, well, I think I'm gonna end it off there for this week. So once again, sorry for the short video. It just is what it is this week. So, but appreciate you guys watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.